Yep.
Howdy.
Everybody's just jumping in right now.
Oh.
I like that you guys are so quiet when you're here.
Oh, we just got here, so
Oh.
don't be so
quiet.
excited.
I didn't
Don't
even
be-
notice.
And now the next end of the project starts, which, as you saw, we're tearing everything out. Engine's coming out. Engine bay is getting stripped. The whole car is getting color changed to red. Also today, it's just going to be gutting it. I hope to have this all out today, maybe pressure washed, and then tomorrow we're going to prep it for paint. And the goal is tomorrow evening to have it in the paint booth. That way the engine bay is shot, and then it'll be swapping everything over from this engine to the next engine, which is a 2.5 liter, which is actually a common swap for these Miatas. It's out of like a Ford Fusion or a Mazda 3. They do get you a lot more power. Well, not a lot more power. It's like, I don't know, like 30 horsepower or something like that. But an engine like this, if you wanted to get another one, is like $1,800, and another one of the 2.5s is like $300 to $400. So if you plan on either beating on the car or even turboing it or whatever, it's just better to do that, because if you blow it up, it doesn't cost as much. Got most of the wiring done. I'm going to go underneath and unplug these. They all go underneath there for the 202 sensors and some other stuff in the alternator down there. This back section, I'm gonna take off the cowl, plus we're gonna paint back there just because it's gonna look nicer. This back area right here, you can actually see where it goes from silver to black. Someone at Ford or Mazda decided that this would be a good idea so that you can actually get your hands back there and access stuff. Other than that, we're gonna have to, well, the AC is already discharged, so don't worry about that. We'll unplug everything, cap it. So we're gonna take out the radiator, do that, and then I'm gonna start lowering it because there's still those couple connectors underneath all that stuff that I can't get to right now. This part that goes into the engine bay, which I actually disconnect the little clips here. There's a few connectors and stuff under the dash, and I can pull all of that out. This is what I was talking about. So you can see the wires coming out of the firewall up there, and they just come down here. There's a bunch of connectors, there's a ground. So I'm just gonna be unplugging all of this. Once that's all out, we'll be able to pull the wires out through the firewall. And then the last thing is the hood prop. So I'm gonna start taking the suspension off and dropping the engine out of the car, while lifting the car off of the engine. And it'll be out shortly, that's my goal. That took a little longer than I thought it would, but we now have an empty Miata and an engine and transmission. So this is pretty much how it's going to be when we put it back together. I'm probably going to do, depending on how we do everything, but I might just put all of the harness on the engine again and just back up in the car. We're gonna get the engine off of this with the transmission. That way we can put the subframe back in and kind of roll the car around. We're gonna take out the lines in the engine bay. Some of them we might just completely take out. Some of them we might bend out of the way slightly. Like the AC lines will definitely come all the way out, but the brake lines and fuel lines might just get pushed out of the way a little bit. Engine bay doesn't have much to it, so prepping and painting won't be too bad. We just have to clean up all this gunk. This is the old one. I'm gonna make another header. I've made one of these before, so I have a jig pre-made, and I'm gonna sell the cat, which is I'm probably gonna get more money for this cat than it costs to buy one of those engines over there. This is our new engine. Oddly enough, this Ford Fusion engine bolts in completely fine, no problem. Even the bell housing fits without a problem. We just take that off, the flex plate off of this, bolt on the flywheel for the other engine. We got to change out the crank pulley to that one. And then I got to change out the accessories and stuff on this engine. We're going to have to cut into or trim the timing cover around here to make room for the belt. So we're going to put the subframe back up in the car. That way we can push it around. This is as empty as I think it's going to be. There's some little like OEM tape spots which we're probably going to take off in sanding or whatever, but the next thing I'm going to do here is mask off these little holes there. I'm probably going to do a little bit up in there, which is for the AC, and then put some tape on these because I'm going to pressure wash the whole bay. It's all clean. I was able to get almost all, if not all, of the plasti dip that was still hanging around here off. But now I'm going to get to sanding, which is going to be the mini DA on all the flat surfaces, and then gray Scotch pad and scuff stuff to finish out the rest of it. So tonight it has to be prepped and pretty much over in the paint booth, masked off. And then while it's getting painted, I'm going to be taking apart the old engine, putting together the new engine, putting all the new parts on it, and making the header. It looks so good. Fred even did the color underneath the wheel wells and everything, so it is now a red front end car. Soon to be red back end. No more silver.